What's up? You know this is. If you don't, you should subscribe anyway. Hit the notification button so you be notified and go in there and get caught up on all the stuff you didn't miss from yours truly. And with that said, we go into the truth behind the Michael Jordan gambling situation. This is a this was a show of power and a show of ignorance by the networks. Michael Jordan was becoming bigger than life, bigger than the game, and the media was starting to gain more power and access. It was just like Floyd Mayweather or writing about LeBron James or writing about anybody who they put as the head of the sport. You're gonna already get that attention because you're talking about them. Now there was no internet back then. They would have crucified Michael if there was the internet. But here, they were the gods because what they wrote was law. And there was nobody to check them and say anything other than. Now, the local couch potato sitting on the couch, he could play God and be whoever he want to be online. He could be a expert in the situation. He could be anything in the world. Right along with the journalists who spent years of doing a little research and going to class. So the pendulum has switched to where their power is gone. But back then, everybody was writing Dream Puff ads and all of these different, like, puff pieces on Michael Jordan. Oh, Jordan is so great for this sport. This, oh, Michael, this, because they were afraid if they wrote anything bad about Michael Jordan, they would be like casted out. It's like the Manny Pacquiao thing, he's the greatest thing since Muhammad Ali. We will never see nothing as great as Manny again. They were in fear of losing their spot or position that they had. So everybody told the line. Then you had a new situation that arose when Michael Jordan, golf buddy, happens to be some former drug dealer guy named Gator Slim or somebody, and like, why is Michael with this unsavory character? Then it comes to find out from just a regular conversation with Gator bragging about winning money from Michael Jordan on the golf course. On one of Michael's Come Fly With Me videos, they brag about taking money from Michael Jordan. But they translate that over into a gambling issue when you get writers like Sam Smith, a sleazy journalist who looks for any way to make a buck, and hating on Michael Jordan was his key. He had the Jordan Rules, the book that talked about Michael Jordan and all his rules. Then, after the Jordan Rules book comes out, he started making other articles and talking about Jordan and other players. I mean, other writers decided, hey, I'm gonna take the Sam Smith route. And you had Peter Vesey who came in and was opinionated, and other people who Michael pulled to his side, like Lacey Banks, and Mariotti didn't like him too much. So he started to be critical because he wasn't in the circle. And Lacey J. Banks was like, oh, Mo, he always gave me a fair shot because he was a Michael Jordan kiss up. And this was a tug of war in the 1992-93 season because going for this three-peat, now they're threatening legacies and they're going to be put up there with Boston and they're surpassing Larry Bird and Magic and all of them. So now it's we got to keep Michael's ego in check by having him having some dirt on Michael Jordan. So that became the key. So during one of this thing was coming out, these articles and these news and this talk was coming out during the New York Knicks playoff series, where they found some bite on the article, like Michael's losing $1.2 million. Michael's gonna be broke. Michael's gonna lose all his money. He's gambling it all away. Once that got steam and started to build up throughout the playoffs, Michael Jordan's father took him gambling in New Jersey to get away from all the press, the media, so he could just relax. So they went and played, and his pops came out there and was by his side because he was strongly family oriented. And of course, all you guys created the rumors. Oh man, Michael retired because the mafia was gonna kill him. He owed the mob money, and they went and killed. It was a blood sacrifice. They wanted to kill his father, and they offered his father. Michael, and talking about the league suspended Michael. How did suspend him for what? Michael was acquitted of anything. He never gambled. He sat with the NBA and was like, "There's no gambling on sports." Well, I bet playing golf and I gamble on the tables. That's about the extent of gambling you're going to get out of Michael Jordan. He's not going to bet on basketball games. And there's no proof that Michael ever did that. So why would the league suspend Michael Jordan for? Gambling wasn't illegal. So Michael had a whole blackout of the press, which led the press to create all kind of lies and angles of people saying, "Oh, Michael lost money playing on paper, rock, scissors," all kind of silly stuff that you would find on the internet. These top-notch journalists were using it to crucify Michael Jordan. Now, at the end of all of this, Ahmad Rashad was his closest friend and homeboy, so he always gave Ahmad the exclusives. So he already knew, Ahmad Rashad knew that Michael was considering retirement due to all this stuff. Like, I could walk away from this game. Plus, I'm about tired of it anyway. He was already thinking about retiring because he was getting bored with the regular season and having to go through that process of getting back to the playoffs. That was just exhausting for him. And he's just like, I just wish we could just kick the playoffs right off, because that's what it's all about. And that's where the drive kicks in at when the playoffs hit. He just hits another gear. But going through 82 games to get to that gear is just was dragging him on him, and he needed a break. So he blacked out the media for 2 weeks. Then he came in and made a statement and gave his first exclusive details into all the allegations to Ahmad, of course.
Felt that it was unfair that I was being considered a criminal for doing something that is not illegal. Gambling is legal, and betting is legal. Uh, for what I bet, yes, a little bit more than I wanted to lose. I mean, I didn't bet to lose, but I lost it, and I paid off all my debts. I didn't want to go to NBC or anyone else and let them know, hey, I lost $500,000. I'm gonna pay it this. I'm gonna pay it that way. I thought I was taking care of what my responsibilities were, and I lost. Uh, my family's not starving. My wife, if I had a problem, would have left me. Certainly would have came to me and said, hey, seek help. My family, my mother and father, who we're close-knit people. And they have monitored me from when I was a kid, when I was born, up until where I am now. And if I ever had a problem, they never had a problem telling me that I had a problem. So they never came to me and said, hey, Michael, you got a gambling problem. Or my wife never said, and she's chief of finances in my household. She knows what comes in and what leaves. And she never said, Michael, hey, you got a problem. I think that's something that the media has taken it far greater than what it is. Soon, whenever I walk away from this game, I think that's the only thing that people are going to say was a bad thing about Michael Jordan. You mentioned your age, and you mentioned earlier in the interview
that it's going to be over with soon. You seem more charged up for this particular series than you have the last 3 years.
Well, I felt I had a lot of things on my mind, and this is one of the reasons that I wanted to talk to you and get some of the things off my chest so that I can enjoy what's this history that we're about to make and winning a third championship. And I did say soon. No one knows when soon is. Soon could be next year. Soon could be 2 years. You know, but
Could soon be after this year?
could be. But I will not quit this game because of what the media has done to me or what other people have done to me. I will quit this game because my skills are diminished. I can't find the challenges to keep pushing myself. My love is always going to be there, but my pride won't let me leave because someone else is going to push me out. I'm going to leave on my own terms. And I don't think too many athletes have that opportunity to do. And that's what I want to do whenever it comes my time.
Want to bet?
No.
So that's Michael giving you his excerpts of that. And now that he's retired, Mike can do what he wants. Mike likes to gamble and play cards and poker and everything else. That's him. He's competitive. It's no real big issue out of it. So all of those rumors you heard, forget about it. It means nothing. Just a way to tarnish his image. Oh yeah, your boy Meek Mill is doing, what everybody else doing, trying to live off Tupac name right now. Comes out with Against All Odds. Against All Odds, really? He grabbed Yo Gotti because, of course, Meek can't go on no tour by himself. So he ain't strong enough to do that. So he got to take Yo Gotti with him. And of course, they are not coming to Chicago. So what happened to all that talk? I be eating wing sauce. I be eating Hell's Chicken on the top of Chicago. I be get you knocked off. I see he ain't coming to Chicago. I see he didn't put Chicago on the dates. Anyway, I'm out.